Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, hello.
You're having a big week,
I am having a big week.
like
Crazy.
life change week, because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm in mourning already because I don't know how I'm gonna live in New York City without seeing your face everywhere as the genie in Aladdin. Are they gonna keep you in the ads for a while, or because how am I gonna live without seeing you all? I feel like I see you all the time.
I do. It's so funny. Always get like a text from like someone. They're like, there you are.
There
I'm
you
like
are.
saying hello to you. I feel like I say hello to you in the airport. I say hello to you in Times Square.
Yeah, oh, billboards, buses, trash cans, I mean, everything. The genie's everywhere.
That is funny. I have a feeling though, it'll linger for a little bit.
It's gonna linger. It's gonna
she'll
linger.
linger.
It's not an overnight
No,
moment.
no.
However, the overnight change is that you are leaving the role of the genie in
Yes.
Aladdin at the New Amsterdam, the
Yes.
fancy role, fancy theater, fancy gig. You played 4,000-ish performances
over 4,000.
overall of this role.
Yeah.
Which puts you in a crazy league of actors that not everyone can say. So
Yes.
give me a name of one of those people.
I mean, Carol Channing.
As Dolly Levi. So you can think about like how iconic that is, right?
I mean, sure. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so crazy to even think that, because I remember growing up and being the theater kid that I am and being like, Carol Channing in, Hello, Dolly.
Right.
And just not like thinking that like that's even a thing. And now I'm like, that is so crazy that I'm in at that kind of a club of people. You
Okay,
blink.
it's the club. Yul Brynner, The King and I. Again, we grew up thinking about like
I
iconic
know.
star turns.
Yes.
Disney, Alton Fitzgerald White, Mufasa.
Yes,
very
alternate C.D. Manier, who was she played Rafiki
Yes.
for like 20 something years.
Wow.
I believe.
20
something years. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible, and like the little theater kid in me is so blown away by even the thought of that, because that was never even like a dream.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I watched The Lion King standing room, waking up at 4 a.m. to get a standing room ticket at the New Amsterdam Theater when I was in high school on my first theater, trip, to stand in that theater where I am doing the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah.
So it is, it's just like the craziest full circle, proud moment to think that that's even possible and that I've done it for that long. I'm like, there have been one of my best friends, Jessica Rush, Broadway's Jessica Rush, is
Yes, we
married
love
to,
her.
Broadway's Eric Anderson.
Yes.
She said that I have played the genie as long as her daughter, our sweet little Elliot, has been alive. She's 11 years old.
Yeah.
She's going to be 12.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing the genie her entire life.
Right. That's all you are, the genie.
That's it.
Three
She
wishes.
just knows Uncle Genie. Like,
Uncle Genie. Because, you have like a Broadway career of like 20, All Shook Up?
Yes,
debut,
All Shook
right?
Up was my...
That was 2005.
That was my Broadway debut.
So like 21 years and 12 of them are Genie Land, right?
Yes.
And you obviously got to go and do like something rotten. You've been able to take little breaks.
I've had little...
I saw you down at Disney World at one point.
You did
like,
see it,
once you're in the Disney family, you're in the Disney family. You did La Cage last summer.
I did. Yes, I did La Cage.
So you get to, and you're on Scrubs.
I am on Scrubs. Yeah, so I've been able, it's actually been very, I mean, again, a dream situation where literally Disney on Broadway, Disney Theatricals have been like, okay, let's figure out how to make this work.
Yeah.
We love you. That's a great opportunity for you. How can we make this work? And they made it work.
There's something almost like Disney sounds so comfortable when I hear about like people, the Disney family, and how great it is to work for Disney. It's almost like not showbiz because it's so you know what I mean? Because I feel like I see these performers who don't have like the tension, the stress and tension of like the next gig, and there's like a nice comfort to it.
It's so true, Paul. And some of us who have been around for a minute, myself, Dennis Stowe, Jonathan Freeman,
Yeah.
J.C. Montgomery, like some of those dolls, if you will. We've talked about to some of the cast members who this is their Broadway debut, and they've been able to just sort of sit, right, and like be like not worry about
Right.
the show, whether it's gonna, make it. Like it's you really like you come into it in a comfort place, which is very different. It's a very different experience because I've done both.
Yeah.
I've been in the show where they were like, "We're up, yes, fierce opening. Let's have a talk." And I've been in the show where it's like fierce opening. Oh my God, we won the Tony, best musical, like, And so it's definitely I've experienced it all.
Yeah.
And so it is a different kind of a thing to be in that comfort zone place, if you will.
Right.
It is different.
And what I find interesting is you're now in your 40s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when people, you look fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you.
And when people get older, they look for more comfort.
Yes.
And instead, you're like, bye, Genie. Like, let's see. Like, why is now the time? What inside you sort of said, let's go?
So you're definitely right, because the first part of my career, I was literally like, what's next? What's next? What's this? What am I doing now?
Oh,
okay.
I remember. You're very ambitious.
I'm like,
you were like on the scene.
Yes, honey. I'm
let's find the next thing.
Full, chocolate star to be NYC, like living, okay, living, like walking down these streets, okay.
You can do the whole NYC star to be moment if you want, because I love it. But we'll do it later.
$3.
2 bags.
What me? Oh yes, just giving that to you.
That was definitely you.
Thank you. But I think I sat in it for a while, and it really has been like my Genie journey, as I call it. Like it has taken me around the world. But at a certain point, when it's time, right? And you also know when it is not only time, but like how do you like really propel yourself forward in a place that it's out of your comfort zone. And it's a very tricky thing, because we are in a very fickle business. We are in a very it's not the business to be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, this is not that.
Right.
But there is a thing where, you have to be able to fly. And I think what's been incredible about this experience is it has shown me many facets of, possible flights, if you will. And I came into it feeling confident and all those things, but also scared. And I think what has been incredible about this journey is the change even within me. There's been a change in me. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm just waiting to say everyone deserves the chance to fly. I mean, you're like everything's musical theater with you.
Is like, I know.
Go on.
I just, to fly. I feel like, in that it has given me a real sort of like another set of engines going for the next part of my career. And I think that that's important to listen to. I'm very fortunate where I have, I'm married to a wonderful man who supports all of that and supports me like doing my thing, right? And and we've been able to talk about what is next and what we need to be doing to be prepared for what is next. Because listen, even as comfortable as you are, you just never know when when a show may be done or you may be done. You just don't know.
Mm.
And so the comfort of it all, and we have been so blessed at Aladdin. Our show is running strong, still running
Yeah.
strong, and doing all the things, and like, giving Disney magic every night. But it is at a certain point, there is a scary moment where, as an artist, you have to know what you need to do to move forward. And that's where it is. I will always be a part of the Disney on Broadway family, and I'm still gonna be. They not get rid of me. Like I'm still gonna be at some event, being like, "Hey, boo," like doing something. Like they're family. They mean a great deal to me, and will always for many, many years. And I will still be a part of that family, and I can't wait to still do more projects and be a part of it. But this chapter feels like we're here.
Uh-huh.
We're at the place.
Do you still get the lightning lane passes at Disney World? Does that last? What is that still? Does that stick around? Or are you wondering?
It depends on what event I do. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay.
So we'll see what I'm invited to do now.
And also, since you won't be working for Disney anymore, do you want to tell me how that damn magic carpet flies? Will you just tell us how the magic carpet flies? It's like the best trick on Broadway. It's so beautiful.
I mean, because I am still officially in the...
You want those lightning lane passes.
I want those lightning lane passes, boo. I want the guide, I want the lightning pass, I want it all. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, and then at a certain point in my tell-all book, I'll be like, the chapter will be like, the carpet.
Finally. I love that. What would you tell your younger self, if you want to give a little acting advice or career advice to your younger self, now that you're a big part of this industry now, and you have such a rich career? What would you tell that little NYC child?
Lord have mercy. Well, first I'm like, we need to learn that belt, honey. No. I would tell him a few things, but I would start with, don't change.
Yeah.
I would start with don't change, because the thing that is othered and the thing that is, makes you quote unquote different is the thing that's literally going to make you the Genie one day in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway and around the world. I would tell him that. I would also say to him to not apologize for who he is. And that's a huge lesson that I've learned as the Genie, is this apologetic force to what that means. I say it all the time, and I can't say it enough, because I feel like we apologize so much for taking up space and who we are and all the things. And this role has literally taught me the complete opposite of that, to literally take up space. And so I would tell that little Michael James Scott, boo, take up space. Take up space.
I love that. And I apologize for the RuPaul Drag Race a portion of my interview. I never take questions from RuPaul, but I felt inspired.
I love it. I know. I did feel like my photo was about to come up.
The photo. We need the photo.
And there I was, like, and there he is. And yes, for sure. I love that, though.
I also want to acknowledge, like I said, you have so many friends in this industry, and you are such a big part of the Broadway community now. And during COVID, we had some fun online at home in the middle of COVID. We had some fun doing Live at 5, Broadway.com, because it was at the time, it was sort of this period of reckoning in our community, and everybody was home, and George Floyd murder had happened, and you hosted these beautiful conversations with some of our biggest Black stars on Broadway, and it was just wonderful. And I always want to thank you for that, and they live on YouTube, but they're just fantastic, just sort of open dialogues. And it was great.
The pandemic obviously it's a crazy thing for all of us, where it shook us to our core on many levels. But so many, I think, important very beautiful things came out of that time on many levels that maybe people weren't prepared for. And we had some really in-depth conversations about all of that. And I love, and I'm so grateful to you and to Broadway.com, like giving us that space, like literally. And you were like, I mean, you were hosting those things and you were like, no, like you're going to do, like, I'm passing this on. Like, you're going to do this.
Yeah, I want you to do it. Yeah.
Like, and you gave the space and you were like, I'm like, oh, we're going to do this together. And you're like, no, boo, you're going to do this.
Do it.
Like, you do it. Like, I want you to do it. And it meant so much. It meant so much to me. It meant so much to those artists, those very big, prominent Black artists in this community, to be able to talk on a platform like Broadway.com and spread, what I believe was change that is still happening, but the beginnings of conversations that were real hard conversations that we really hadn't had in this business.
Yeah.
And we did it on a public platform, and that was a space that was given to us, and literally not only given to us, but celebrated for us to be able to have that conversation. So
that was rude because I was thanking you, and you turned it around.
I do thank you, but I'm also thanking for the space, because it's important that you have the space to do it.
Of course.
So thank you.
So Michael James Scott, you're leaving the Genie. 3 wishes. What are your 3 wishes? Just come on, just give me 3.
Child, sleep. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna sleep. I'm gonna wish for. I'm gonna wish that I stay in a joyful place. I think that's important. I'm gonna wish for peace. For the world right now. Like, we need it. It's one of the reasons why it's been such an honor, and truly why I have been able to stay in Aladdin for this long, is because of it being rooted in joy. The Genie is rooted in love, light, and laughter. It is a space that I've been able to literally live in for 12 years, over 4,000 performances. Like, that is the space I have to be in. So even if I don't want to be in that space, that's where I have to live in for those 2.5 hours. That's a gift that I am grateful for, that I got to live in that space. So my wish is that people can live in that space themselves, because we need it. And we need, it's crazy right now. It's crazy. But I still have hope. So yeah, that's where I'm living.
I love that. That's the perfect thing to leave us with. I can't wait to see what you do next, and just keep watching you grow and be this fabulous person you are. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I love me, my Broadway.com.
We love you back.
Thank you, Paul.